Hello, and welcome to Aurum Aesthetics. I'm so glad you're here today because we're diving into the enchanting world of rustic summer to fall English cottage style inspired by John Fowler, all wrapped in warm ochre and moss green tones. Whether you're dreaming of cozy living rooms or charming kitchens, this video is packed with beautiful ideas to inspire your home. So, make yourself comfortable and stay with me until the very end. I promise you'll find plenty of inspiration to bring that timeless cottage charm into your own space. Let's get started. Imagine stepping into a cozy English cottage living room where warm ochre and moss green hues wrap you in comfort. Vintage floral upholstery and distressed wooden beams tell stories of timeless charm. The stone fireplace flickers softly, inviting you to unwind, while layered linen curtains with delicate botanical prints gently sway. A soft braided jute rug adds a natural touch underfoot, making this space feel like a warm embrace on a quiet afternoon. It's a perfect retreat for peaceful moments and cherished memories. Picture a sunlit breakfast nook with a wide oak farmhouse table surrounded by mismatched chairs painted in moss green and ochre. Hand-thrown pottery and a linen tablecloth embroidered with Victorian florals create an inviting, lived-in feel. Outside the window, a wild English garden blooms, filling the room with a sense of nature's quiet beauty. This nook feels like the heart of the home, where gentle mornings and slow conversations come alive. Step into a rustic kitchen where ochre-painted cabinetry and open shelves showcase moss green earthenware. The large farmhouse sink gleams beneath brass fixtures, while a vintage cast iron range holds stories of many hearty meals. Worn wooden floors soften with a braided wool rug in autumn tones, blending function with cozy style. This kitchen invites you to savor simple pleasures and the warmth of home-cooked traditions. Imagine a serene reading corner bathed in soft light from a mullioned window. Moss green velvet cushions beckon you to sit, surrounded by ochre floral wallpaper with subtle damask patterns. A weathered oak bookshelf holds leather-bound volumes, and a small side table features a ceramic teapot and dried wildflowers. It's a quiet sanctuary where you can lose yourself in stories and the peaceful hush of a cottage afternoon. Visualize a quaint bedroom with a moss green wrought iron bed frame dressed in layered linen bedding of ochre and cream. Floral chintz curtains filter gentle light, while a vintage oak dresser with brass handles stands proudly nearby. A hand-woven wool throw in muted green and golden yellow stripes adds warmth and texture. This bedroom feels like a restful haven, inviting you to relax and dream in timeless cottage comfort. Step into a rustic dining room with a reclaimed wood table surrounded by ochre-painted spindleback chairs. A vintage brass chandelier casts a soft glow over moss-green botanical wallpaper adorned with creeping ivy. The stone hearth is decorated with dried lavender and woven baskets, bringing nature's quiet charm indoors. It's a space made for sharing hearty meals and creating lasting memories in a cozy, welcoming atmosphere. Imagine a cozy sunroom filled with wicker furniture painted soft moss green, accented by ochre and cream cushions with delicate toile de joie patterns. Trailing ivy in terracotta pots adds a touch of wild greenery, while aged wooden floorboards ground the space. A linen-covered sideboard topped with vintage enamel pitchers completes this tranquil retreat, perfect for quiet mornings or afternoon tea surrounded by nature's gentle presence. Picture a charming bathroom with a clawfoot tub trimmed in moss green, ochre encaustic floor tiles with floral motifs, and a distressed wooden vanity topped with a ceramic basin. Linen curtains with subtle botanical prints frame the window, while dried herbs hang from rustic hooks, filling the air with soft fragrances. This bathroom is a serene escape, blending rustic charm with natural beauty for a truly relaxing experience. Step into a rustic hallway where ochre-painted wainscoting meets moss-green floral wallpaper above. A vintage oak bench with a woven rush seat invites quiet moments, while a large oval mirror with an aged wooden frame reflects soft light. A braided wool runner in autumn shades stretches along the floor, tying together the warm, inviting atmosphere of this charming cottage passageway. Imagine a quaint pantry with moss green open shelving displaying hand-labeled glass jars filled with dried herbs and preserves. Ochre-painted wooden crates are stacked neatly, while a vintage enamel basin and woven wicker basket filled with dried flowers and old recipe books add nostalgic charm. This pantry feels like the heart of a cottage kitchen, where tradition and natural beauty blend effortlessly. Visualize a cozy attic retreat with slanted wooden beams, painted ochre, and moss green patchwork quilts layered on a low bed. Antique wooden trunks hold secrets of the past, while linen curtains with faded floral prints softly filter sunlight through a dormer window. This attic space feels like a hidden gem, perfect for quiet reflection and restful escapes in a warm, rustic setting. Step into a rustic study where a moss green painted writing desk is adorned with ochre leather-bound journals stacked neatly. Botanical prints framed in distressed wood bring nature indoors, while a vintage brass reading lamp with a linen shade casts a soft glow. A faded Persian rug in warm autumnal tones anchors the room, creating a cozy nook for thoughtful moments and creative inspiration. Imagine a charming mudroom with ochre-painted wooden hooks ready to hold coats, a moss green bench topped with woven cushions, and vintage enamelware waiting for boots. Rustic wooden shelves hold hand-woven baskets, while a stone floor is softened by a braided rug in muted greens and golds. This mudroom blends practical charm with warm cottage style, welcoming you home with every step. Picture a cozy fireplace nook with a large stone hearth and a moss green velvet armchair. An ochre wool throw drapes casually over a rustic wooden stool, while botanical prints framed in aged oak decorate the walls. A stack of vintage books and dried flower arrangements complete this inviting corner, perfect for curling up with a cup of tea on a crisp autumn day. Step into a rustic kitchen pantry corner where moss green open shelving displays ochre ceramic jars hand-painted with floral designs. Dried herbs hang from twine overhead, while a vintage wooden ladder leans against the wall. A worn stone floor is softened by a braided jute rug, creating a space that feels both practical and full of natural beauty. Imagine a sun-drenched conservatory with ochre-painted wooden frames and moss-green velvet cushions on wicker chairs. Trailing ivy in terracotta pots spills over the edges, while a vintage wrought iron table covered with a linen tablecloth invites quiet moments. Floral-patterned curtains billow softly in the breeze, making this space a perfect blend of nature and cottage elegance. Visualize a quaint guest bedroom with moss green floral wallpaper and an antique oak bed dressed in ochre linen bedding. A hand-woven wool rug in warm autumn tones lies beneath, while brass bedside lamps with linen shades cast a gentle glow. Dried lavender bundles rest on a wooden dresser, filling the room with subtle fragrance and timeless charm. Step into a rustic kitchen with open wooden beams and ochre-painted cupboards. Moss green ceramic plates are displayed on open shelves, while a large farmhouse sink with brass taps shines beneath soft light. Worn wooden floors are softened by a braided rug in natural fibers, creating a warm and inviting space where tradition meets everyday comfort. Imagine a cozy sitting room with moss green velvet drapes framing tall windows and ochre floral chintz armchairs arranged near a large stone fireplace. Rustic iron tools rest nearby, while a vintage oak coffee table holds a vase of dried flowers. A soft wool rug in muted autumn colors ties the room together, inviting peaceful afternoons by the fire. Picture a charming cottage hallway with ochre-painted wooden paneling and moss-green botanical wallpaper above. A vintage oak console table with brass handles stands beneath a large oval mirror with a distressed frame. A braided wool runner in earthy tones stretches along the wooden floor, welcoming you into this warm, inviting cottage home. Thank you so much for joining me on this cozy journey through rustic English cottage style. We've explored warm ochre and moss green palettes, vintage floral patterns, and charming rustic details that bring timeless comfort and elegance to any home. If you enjoyed this video and found inspiration for your own space, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to Orem Aesthetics for more beautiful design ideas. I'd love to hear your thoughts or favorite cottage touches, so be sure to leave a comment below. Until next time, take care and keep creating your perfect sanctuary.